find lore. Lore time. Since we didn't get to read all the lore on the, Oh, we didn't update our portrait. Oops. Oh. That's neat. I just wanted to come back through and read all the lore stuff. I spoke with some few Hitsaro and Shaloni before my expedition. They had precious little to say about the ruins. I did learn, however, of a cautionary tale told to their young. But to enter the valley comes at the risk of great swelling pain from the sabotender's needles. A pain I quite acutely feel at this very moment. Oh, you can mount up in the Explorer mode. That's pretty cool. Let's go find the next lore piece. Oh shit, I didn't see all the way over there. The whole like city like covers the whole wall section even. Huh. Amid all of the sheer splendor of these ruins, clear to me that they could not have been made by the ancestors of the Hitsaro or Dawntrail. In architecture, I dare say they are of Yakui make. Those who built Zorgr the Boundless, constructing edifices of such magnitude is a feat well within their capabilities. On the other hand, the subtle design of the engravings on the structure and the ingenuity of the aqueduct are unlike anything I have seen in Urkopacha. Perhaps these discrepancies can be attributed to cultural differences with the Yakui who came to these lands. Are these eerie stone-like creatures void sent, or perhaps golems? Whatever they may be, they demand we leave this place even as they attack us. It is all I can do to scribble down these notes while evading their relentless assault. As I labor to breathe, a thought occurs to me. They could be Mehmets created for the purposes of mining resources. Yet, the most logical explanation for their aggression would be that they are a defensive mechanism left behind by the Yakui. When my guards appear similarly fatigued, we can hardly retire now, not when the promise of a great new discovery lies just before us. Oh, kicks you off the motorcycle. I was like, is it gonna leave me in my mount? An entity which appears to be, for lack of a better term, a walking chimney guards the doors leading into the ruins. The doors themselves possess a design wholly unfamiliar to me, and I cannot help but feel we are on the verge of discovering something incredible. Alas, the pain from the needle which pierced my lower back worsens. What's more, the arm of one of my guards is paralyzed, leaving him incapable of lifting his sword. I cannot hope to face that thing in this state. When my heart breaks, we have no recourse but to withdraw. I think that's the last notes, unless there was something else further in. This dungeon, 10 out of 10, no notes though, like, from a lore standpoint and a fight standpoint, like, the whole thing's fucking phenomenal. Whole thing's very good. The whole tie into Ronka and actually confirming it is like, god damn it, it's not just an asset reuse, it's literally the Serpent of Ronka. Oh, I just noticed that's where it indicates, that's where it teaches you what the arrows do. That's what that's for. I was like, why did we like lose control of our character there? Oh, now I get it. That was trying to teach you like, hey, you're gonna have to deal with this in the boss. It's just having to fight the trash here. I didn't remember that by the time I got to the boss. Alright, so we got all the lore in here then. Alright, to Warler's Echo then. Go learn about whether there actually is a connection between the Ronkins and the Yakui, because it might be just the case. It's more likely than you think. Master Zetchian has told me to request. I hope that I am able to be of some help. I'm pleased to see you made it, Andy. I came by Alpaca, and for a blessing, felt no pain in my lower back the entire ride. Perhaps the medicinal applications of sabotender needles is a field discoverer deserving of further study. A subject for another time, perhaps. The personage before us is the selfsame individual who informed me that Yakui ruins may exist in Shaloni. They looked after me when I came here previously to conduct fieldwork. They are an extraordinary erudite individual, well versed in ancient languages. Tell me, my friend, based on what I've shared with you, were you able to find any commonalities between the legends of your people and the ruins we discovered in Zaktaral? Excluding those concerning disease, precious few stories of our ancestors who traversed north have been passed down. But for the valiant warrior who brought the Skylu ruin low, I would share with you a story regarding the Great Serpent, one we normally would not disclose to outsiders. Please, follow me to the indelible passage. The murals shall explain all. Oh, hang on, we can talk to our homies while we're here. Invaders inflicted serious wounds, but the Dawn Servants are no strangers to trials. I have faith that they will overcome these hardships. Val resolve has made her return. By all accounts, she is every ilm the daughter of Galul Jaja. These are the murals which depict the legends of the Yakui. When I was previously here for research, I was not allowed this far. The legend concerning the Great Serpent is hidden within this mural. Pray gaze upon it carefully as I weave you an ancient tale. I want to say I caught part of that while we were here the first time. I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of Ronka. Long, long ago, a sect of our ancestors forged north. There, deep within a valley, they discovered the remains of an ancient temple. Its inhabitants had long perished, and the purpose for which the structure existed itself an enigma. Yet when our forebears finally delved into its further recesses, they discovered a great serpent deep in slumber. It should be noted, our people revere serpents as divine creatures who govern the boundary between worlds. To behold one of such immense power dormant there within the ruins, they believed it best to build a temple around its chambers, and offer prayers for its divine protection. Yet in the ensuing years, our people were plagued by disease. Time and again, our ancestors offered supplications for divine assistance, but no matter how fervent their prayers, the Great Serpent never deigned to answer them. In the end, a great many of our forebears withdrew from the northern lands, while the most devout worshippers of the Great Serpent remained, but they too would eventually withdraw on a somber procession, having buried too many brothers and sisters. The sect who remained prayed for the Great Serpent's awakening. They prayed for a salvation that would never come. Yet why should it awaken now? And what incited its aggression? Was it simply by chance that it roused in so foul a mood? Or is there perhaps some underlying reason we've yet to uncover? The devout who held vigil of the temple held this belief: when the Great Serpent doth awaken, its coil shall envelop the world. In other words, the creature's discovery was itself a pretext to legitimize their territorial expansion north. Yet their prayers fell on deaf ears. Only now, before our benefactor, has the Great Serpent finally awoken. A peculiar but altogether fascinating turn of events. If the being you encountered truly was divine, mayhap it is you who shall receive its blessings. If we consider that our friend here, a traveler capable of crossing the rift twixt worlds, was blessed by a being who governs that boundary, would that not fit the interpretation held by the sect who remained? At any rate, Andy's testimony and the legends of the Yakui shall go a long way in verifying my theory. If I can gather sufficient evidence that these two civilizations, worlds apart, share fundamental values and prove my thesis, our outlook on history shall be irrevocably changed. Mayhap even an entire new field of study shall be pioneered. As the inception of civilization in its infancy bears similarities in each reflection, was there some localized connection between them, such as the Pinlaner Fissure? Or perhaps there was some all-powerful keeper of whispers peering through the veil? Just thinking about what it is that connects us from across the rift gets my heart racing. I certainly have my work cut out for me. Now that you've made the ruins safe, I may resume my expedition and, perhaps more importantly, continue writing my thesis. Master Chronicler, Andy, I cannot thank either of you enough for your cooperation this day. I know not where my research will take me, but I have no doubts my pursuit of the mysterious and miraculous will see us cross paths again. It belongs in a museum. Is there anything else in Tuliolal we can do right now, or are we heading off to the next region? No, it would appear we need to go to Solution 9 then for our next stuff to be found. Because there should be a whole nother dungeon we haven't found yet. Oh, yep, it seems that there are at least 3 different things we can do here. Boom, 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 boom. I wonder how things have actually changed here for the people of Solution 9. Trial by Spire. Pardon me, but you wouldn't have to be Andy, would you? The very same Andy who saved Solution 9? That would be me. Aha, I knew it. You, my heroic friend, are in luck. For I'm granting you permission to test your might against my indomitable dummies. Usually they're reserved for military research, but I'm willing to make an exception for one of your talents. Huh? Nothing to say? Ah, of course, you've been struck dumb by my overwhelming generosity. Not to worry, for I will ease you in with a thorough explanation. Once you've returned to your senses, come meet me in the outskirts. Okay, let's go speak with the eccentric researcher out in the outskirts then. I'm surprised the dome stays intact, given all the events that occur. That doesn't make sense to me, actually. Shouldn't the dome have dissipated since we reforged all the world together? Haha, there you are. I trust you've recovered from the shock of my initial proposal? Good, good. Now let me explain what this is all about. We're a researcher for Oblivion, namely in the field of electrope engineering. During Zeralja's reign, I survived within the ranks of his army by helping to research and develop protective materials. One of my many projects was these indomitable dummies, and as their name implies, their durability is second to none. They were used to measure the defensive potential of an entire arsenal of weapons to great effect. But now Zeralja is no more, and peace has returned to our home. A preferable outcome, of course, but it does mean that my masterworks have been left to rust. And that is an affront to science I cannot forgive. Peace may demand we set down our weapons, but the march of progress must go on. And so I grant you, who seems to possess might equal to an entire squadron of hardened troops, access to the Spire of Trial. Of course, I'm more than willing to make adjustments as befit the magnitude of your power. As a one of science, I can think of no greater honor than to have you testing the limits of my creations. You've given me new purpose anew, Andy. I'll be here testing and improving the dummies when able, so you're welcome to stop by any time, even if only to gaze upon my indomitable beauties. You have access to the Spires of Trial, an expansion of Stone Sky Sea. This training ground can be accessed by speaking with the eccentric researcher at Heritage Found. Oh, okay, so that just opens up the training dummy area, which I don't think I've ever actually used in all the years it's existed. But that does explain that that's what this area is. Oh, we don't have to talk to you to enter. I thought we had to talk to you to enter. We have two other quests over there. One of those must be the dungeon. One of those is probably... I'm thinking that the Arcadian is the raid. Look where all the trial raids are. Yeah, that guy's definitely the dude that was in the ending cutscene, so that we'll talk to him next. Looks like it's in where Oblivion was stationed is where we find the other dungeon. Oh, Nostalgia's got a quest. Okay. Well, now, how good of you to come and see me again. You're always welcome at the Neon Stein, adorable. Okay, thank you, Melancholy. Heading to the back room? Sure am. It's Geode. I want to thank you on behalf of Oblivion. If it weren't for you, we couldn't have stopped Zeralja and his army. I shudder to imagine how much worse the casualties might have been. Those have also told us about Kokiwa. After being so torn over what to do to her son, I'm glad she had the chance to bare her heart to him at the last. Now that things have settled, I'm going to take another look at our data on preservation. Kokiwa may no longer be with us, but you're always welcome here. We're all comrades now, and it's always a pleasure to see you. Hey, you ever heard of the Rodina Consortium? I absolutely can't stand that lot, let me tell you. That's why I give the Nexus Arcade a wide berth. Even the residential district's too close for me liking, so I just crash here. That's really funny. Something stray in the neighborhood. Is this supposed to be a Mr. Rogers reference? Andy, I've been looking all over for you. Apologies for the lack of pleasantries, but there's precious little time to spare. A curious anomaly has wormed its way into living memory, and we fear it could pose a terrible threat if left alone. Please, you must help us. Wonderful. Oblivion's lucky to count you among its allies. Let's reconvene at the Gate of Remembrance, then. I can explain more there. Oh, but fair warning, you may not be able to recognize me at first glance. So does this like exist above the dome? Is that why this has normal skybox to it? Ah, there you are, Andy. It's me, Nostalgia. Surprised? With Zeralja gone, Oblivion's been allocating its resources to an investigation of living memory. Utilizing Kakiwa's technology, we developed remote-controlled sentries operable from the back room, so our surveys are both safe and efficient. To think that all this once lay at Everkeep Summit. I can't help but wonder if a shade of my father ever resided in this grand city of the Endless. Ah, forgive me. I did say I'd explain the circumstances behind all this. During an earlier survey of the area, I encountered one of the Endless. He claimed to be one of the city's caretakers and offered me a guided tour. I accepted, thinking I could conduct my observations at the same time. That's when we discovered the anomaly, a rift in the very fabric of living memory. What? I'm sure you'd rather see it yourself to believe it, though. Let's make for the Esperance wheels first. Constancy, the Endless who guided me, that is, should still be on duty there. Funny, Constancy is one of the few that's still stuck around here then, huh? Let's go over to Yesterland then. At least it's not dead silent here anymore. Where's our anomaly? Oh. Huh. That is a bit of an anomaly, isn't it? Constance here knows everything there's to know about Yesterland, including the new anomaly, I'd wager. Warm Yesterland welcome to you, my friend, or should I say welcome back? I had not expected you to return to as our anomaly-slaying volunteer. I do hope I was able to make your first visit to the Gate of Remembrance a special one. Your associate here informed me of what occurred afterwards, namely Her Majesty's regrettable demise. You needn't fret. I harbor no ill will against you. I, for one, would not wish to remain endless at the cost of such terrible sacrifices to worlds beyond. Though your efforts saw the city's terminals deactivated, I somehow remain. Still, I am grateful for my survival as it allowed me to discover this peculiar phenomenon. A lost district of living memory lies beyond this rift, you see. I previously informed you that our beautiful city was comprised of 4 areas, but this was not always the case. Numerous others once thrived, until one day our reality was irrevocably altered in an attempt to bridge our world to others, and several districts were consumed in the process. Among the areas lost was a resplendent amusement district known as Dreamborough. This rift, however, allows us access through its streets once more. We took a cursory gander at the place ourselves, since we were curious to know what became of it. But there's nothing amusing about it. Quite the opposite, actually. We were promptly chased out by a horde of angry ghosts. After decades disconnected from living memory's aether supply, we must assume that the endless who resided there are no more. The once idyllic atmosphere has been marred by a dismal shroud, and I dare say our poor dream burrow has warped itself into a place of nightmares. It has returned to us as a lost soul would, longing for connection. The beings within have come to call it the Stray Burrow Deadwalk. Now that it's reconnected with living memory, its presence is a risk to the city. We would like you to brave the Deadwalk and shed some light on this mystery. Yeah, considering the living memory is now reattached to the city proper. You have my thanks. I regret that I cannot give you a tour of the place myself, but know that I shall be with you in spirit. Stray Burrow Deadwalk now accessible. Got a new dungeon. Oh, because we probably still have it set to Explorer mode. There we go. Dreamburrow, a district of living memory, long thought lost to interdimensional fusion, rises from the rift after decades of disconnection. Yet what lies beyond its gates is not the dazzling paradise of Constancy's memory, a land marred by shadow and haunted by vestiges of the endless who once called it home. We must venture into the twisted grounds and quell the lost soul's agony once and for all. The phantoms within do not take kindly to the living. Let's head inland. They call me Big Boss. The Sons of the Patriots. I think that's why I like the level 100 Gunbreaker set so much, is it reminds me of fucking Metal Gear Solid. It's probably why I like it so much. It's very Metal Gear Solid, Metal Gear Solid, Do 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 do. Ah, I didn't fix the portrait again. Fuck. Oh well. Bandai Namco. Oh yeah, this is what hurtling through the rift between worlds feels like. We haven't done this in a while. We've had proper portals for a bit. Oh. The Strayboro Deadwalk. Well, it's a cheery place, isn't it? Those are not enemies. Answer your heart's desire in your days or your life away. Oogie. Oh, that's why they're back. I didn't realize he was AFK. Oh. I was not expecting Spooky Ghost Land, honestly, for the next dungeon. His Royal Highness Leonog the First graces us with his presence. What in the hell? All right. A flawless noggin, your king decrees it. Mind the, be-noggined, I guess, would be the best way to describe it. Shit. Oh, well, come on. Oh, I'm fucked. Hitbox on that is bullshit. Not to get any more Vuln stacks. There we go. Please just let me kill you. Let me kill you. No. How about no, you crazy fucking puppet thing? That is a fight of all time. Lost souls of every age, the frolicking grounds is your whimsical stage. Do not be careful not to lose yourself in our phantasmal attractions. Oh. More my damage taken a bit there. Just parry. The bumper cars are going ape shit. What the hell? Oh. It looks like the circus is in town. A stray hand. pool's a little messy. There's a lot of shit going on, and there's a lot of AoEs, and it's hard to see where you can and cannot stand. Jack in the Pot's Enchanted Tea Party. Interesting. This place is unsettling, to say the least of it. I don't know what. Oh, okay. I was like, I don't know what that one's gonna do, but let's get away from that cut. Brew is to die. Oh. Think over here is gonna be safe? Nope. Sure isn't. I lost both of those cups almost immediately. Okay, the fight's over. It's really hard to tell what the hell's going on there. Really wants to give us the bracelet offending. I wonder where the hell this place ended up. Oh god, why are Kelka and Brina here? There's too many things happening. I can't tell if I'm getting what I'm getting hit by and what I'm dodging. This is a rough pull. Too much shit in too small of an area. Not a good idea to pull these together, I don't think. It's workable, but you're gonna take a shitload of damage. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, it doesn't stop. It just keeps slamming the ground. Such a bullshit entity. This enemy finally figured it out. How do you beat the healer? Just keep hitting the ground constantly. Infinite string of damage. What the hell is this boss gonna be? What the hell is this gonna be? Poltergeist? Daylit Nightmare. Traumieri. I don't know what to expect with this. Well, he's got an attack called Poltergeist, so... I don't know what to do. Huh. Instructions unclear. I didn't understand what the hell to do there. I always struggle with these fights. They don't make a whole lot of fucking sense to me. Now do you get this thing? Oh, you can walk through the... Oh. Shit, how do you... Okay, now it's a really fucking weird boss fight. Oh, wait, no. Debated. Weird boss. It's a weird fight. Hey, we got the earrings of playing. Alright, well. That's the second dungeon finished. What an oddity. A warm welcome back to you. Rift of the Deadwalk vanished upon your return, almost as if it knew the monsters within were vanquished. You're back. Was the Deadwalk as haunting as we expected? But let me get this straight. You met a disturbed mascot, attended a twisted tea party, were assaulted by a skywheel and a merry-go-round, then fought for your life in a haunted house. Yeah. That's about the gist of it. The Endless House, to be precise, and with that, my suspicions are confirmed. The days when Dreamborough was yet flourished, the Endless House often held plays with volunteers from the audience. These volunteers would be cast as the story's heroes and tasked with rescuing a captive princess from Tomrieri, Lord of Nightmares. It sounds awfully similar to Andy's experience. Precisely. Thus, I believe the Deadwalk's monsters' residents were given life by the lingering memories of the Endless who once called it home. As its name once implied, the district was built for those Endless who loved the dream. The theme park itself likely gained a mind of its own. Over the years, perhaps it, too, harbored the hope that a hero would grant its former citizens' final, desperate wish for freedom and for home. So as I understand it, when Queen Sphene and Zeralja first attempted interdimensional fusion, a few areas within living memories suddenly vanished into the rift, including Dreamborough. And as the endless souls within began to fade, their memories and desires fused with the very essence of their homes to turn the Deadwalk into what it is now. Considering the timing, we have to assume the district's reconnection is due to Her Majesty's last attempt at interdimensional fusion. With Traumieri gone, those lost souls should finally be able to rest in peace. I'm not entirely certain, but the rift did close upon Andy's return. I can only hope your hypothesis is truth and their role in that hollow performance is concluded. As is mine, I suspect. Long have I served as a guide, eager to bring joy to every visitor who passed through Living Memory's golden gates. But I see now why I remained. I was meant to perform this final act of guidance, to lead you both to those lost dreamers. I do not wish to dampen the mood, of course, so I shall take my leave. But I could not be prouder to serve my fellow citizens. I could not be happier that you were my final guests. Farewell, my friends, and thank you. Truly. Farewell, Constancy. I pity him, but I think it's best to let him go. We should return to Solution 9. Your good deeds still need to go rewarded after all. I'll meet you back there. As my real self this time. Back to Solution 9 it is. Just did it, actually. It's for sure an interesting one. I didn't hate it. Boom, 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 boom. Should be back at the Neon Stein then. Sure are. Job well done, Andy. With the dead walk normally taken care of, Oblivion can return to its regular surveys of living memory. We'll have to decide carefully how best to handle the former haven of the Endless, but I do know one thing for sure. It's our duty to uncover the mysteries at the heart of living memory, what it was made for and what horrors kept it running, so that we never repeat those mistakes. I'd like to think that what the lost souls there would have wanted as well. That's what'll drive me forward. Thank you again for your help and safe travels out there. Alright, well that accomplishes that. I wonder if we're geared enough to do. Before we start this, let me ask to make sure I can even start this quest. I might not be able to start this quest yet. Let me just wait for a response for that one, so I know we know if we can even start this right now. If we can't start this right now, we won't do it right away.